343 Industries has magically morphed into Halo Studios, a rebranding and supposed refocus to make one of gaming's greatest ever franchises exactly that once again. After a decade of using their own substandard engine and even more substandard writing and game design, Halo Studios has switched to Unreal 5, opened multiple Halo projects, and vows to recapture what made the original games great. Though that all sounds nice, I immediately question whether the people in charge know exactly what made Bungie's Halo franchise one of the best ever. It may seem like a complex answer to know how one company under one platform managed to dominate nearly 10 years of first-person shooter gaming, in a casual and professional setting. But the answer is actually incredibly simple. They were just the best. To look back at Halo 15 to 25 years ago means looking through a very dense forest of competition that has since been made in its stead. Superb franchises like Call of Duty, Gears of War, Battlefield, Doom, Mass Effect, Killzone, Resistance, and a myriad of other singular titles have been released since Halo was produced in 2001. Some of them were so good that it's hard to remember what was before them, amongst them, and to some extent still standing after they've come and gone. So let's push the forest aside and take a look at what Halo Studios considers the old Halos, the original trilogy. What was the magic that made them not just the greatest shooter on the market, but generational console sellers? It's an answer I'm afraid this studio frankly doesn't have the balls to achieve. Bungie's Halo was not just great, but the best at all aspects of the genre. Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, and Halo 3 were arguably, and sometimes not arguably, the most advanced in every category a game can have. The original Halo trilogy had the most stunning visuals in gaming, and it wasn't even close. Combat Evolved was mind-blowing as Xbox's launch game, and it held its ground until it was massively tossed aside by itself. I would argue that Halo 2 was, and still is, the most incredible display of graphics power on its release of any game in the 21st century. And then, in 2007, you had a brand new console, and this.
They let me pick. Did I ever tell you that? Choose whichever Spartan I wanted. You know me. I did my research, watched as you became the soldier we needed you to be. Like the others, you were strong and swift and brave. A natural leader. But you had something they didn't. Something no one saw but me. Can you guess? Luck.
When I saw that for the first time, my jaw and everyone else's jaw was on the floor. Bungie had a tall task to complete the trilogy, and they delivered with what I believe is the greatest shooter and one of the greatest games ever made. Halo 3 epitomized everything that made the brand successful. Using the infancy of a new console, Halo 3 was the most beautiful game I'd ever seen. Surrounding this beauty was a wall of perfect sound, with both perfect effects and easily, without question, the most memorable game soundtrack of all time. But what people may forget and may downplay is how well Halo played. It was first in class in gameplay with tight, accurate controls that allowed extreme precision in how you approached play, allowing the experience of playing the game on its highest difficulties to be enjoyable and rewarding, not just frustrating with reliance on the fortunes of the game's operations. Not once did I need to do something in Halo and then think, I can't do that because the game just isn't capable. If I thought it, I could pretty much do it, a freedom I have yet to feel in a game. But what was most underrated in Halo's excellence was not what you could see, hear, or touch. It's what Halo made you feel. All of the previous traits were made to complement what was, in my opinion, the best gaming story of all time. The characters were complex, even in the simplicity of a human robot super soldier and an AI. The supporting cast were not trivial, but vital. Halo has a lineup of characters whose names I can still rattle off, and if you played these games, you'd have no problem as well. If I say the name Johnson, Keyes, Arbiter, Shipmaster, Regret, Truth, Tartarus, Guilty Spark, Hood, Cortana, Gravemind, The Flood, The Covenant, The Master Chief, you know exactly what I'm talking about. None were forgettable, all were important. The story drew emotion out of us, and when characters fell, we felt it. It was writing with intention to inflict the pain of war, while maintaining the faint hope that you, the Master Chief, the hero, could save humanity from certain destruction. Our mission was necessary, and failure was not an option. Thankfully, Bungie gave us everything we needed to succeed. But will Halo Studios do all of this? Are they willing to be the absolute best in all categories of a game, pull no punches, take no prisoners, and do whatever it takes to achieve the pinnacle of an industry? I don't think they are. Will they be too worried about the current climate and making everyone happy, including everyone, and be afraid to disappoint one small, loud group? Or will they remember that Halo, made nearly 25 years ago, starred a white super soldier, a blue girl, a black sergeant, a woman in charge, and an alien as our best ally? No, they won't. Will they settle for good music and good graphics, and not an industry-setting standard of excellence that will be looked at for the next 20 years? Yes, they will. I hope I look back on this video and be glad I was wrong, but I don't think I will. Will the games be good and enjoyable? I think so, and I'll be there to play them. But will they be what made Halo great? No. Halo. It's finished. And I don't think we're just getting started.